Hey guys, Sandan Rider here. This is going to be my chapter review to Nanatsu no Taizai 229, Love is a Maiden Strength. Now, I really enjoyed this chapter. I felt it was such a solid chapter from the start to the end. We got to see so many things go on. We got to see Elizabeth doing her thing. We got to see the true form of Maricela. We got to know more about Merlin's association and her connection with Elizabeth and therefore possibly Meliodas. And we got to see Meliodas and Escanor doing Meliodas and Escanor things, you know, so it's gonna be awesome. We got to see Elaine have her moment, even though I kind of have a gripe with that. I'm gonna change up my format a little bit in this video and see how that goes. I'm not gonna do the whole chronological thing. I'm trying to just do the parts which I found interesting and which parts made me think, yo, this is sick. So obviously the first part I gotta start with is the ending of this chapter. I want to start with the ending of this chapter because it was dope as shit. So what happens at the end is, if you haven't read it, please read it. Spoiler alerts. It's Nanatsu no Taizai 229. Just read it first, alright? So what happens is, right at the end, we see Meliodas breaking out of that dark cocoon, which Maricela had put him in. Now, we know that the dark cocoon is meant to be pretty hard to get out of, and Maricela had faith. Maricela of faith had faith that Meliodas would never get out of there without her permission, you know? She even said to him that I'm going to go kill Elizabeth at the beginning, and she was like, yeah, I'm going to go kill Elizabeth, and he continued to rage in there. He starts to rage, and she was like, yeah, he'll be trapped in there, he can't do shit. But he breaks out, much to her disdain and her surprise, and we're told actually that not even the Ten Commandments, not even Zeldoris in his base state, can break out of the dark cocoon, and if he's using the Demon King's power, then he can bust out. But only if he's using the Demon King's power. But using his own base power, he can't break out of dark cocoon. So it's a pretty hard thing to get out of, and Meliodas has just done it. And what we see is this long horizontal panel of Meliodas with he's darkened off and everything, he's shaded out, but you can see his wings, and I was like, yo, this is gonna be sick. I don't think we've actually we've seen his wings before, but I don't know, but this time it just looked a lot more menacing because we know his power level. So then the part that I was like, yo, this is new. Escanor calls upon Rita, and we've seen Rita before, and he grabs Rita and he confronts Meliodas. He's like, I gotta stop Meliodas here, and what's her name? Merlin's all like, you don't want to do this, Escanor. Meliodas is in like a berserker state. Not even you. So Escanor knows that he can't beat Meliodas in this state. But Escanor being Escanor, he's like, don't worry, I got this. Babysitting happens to be my specialty. I was like, yo, this guy. Escanor, like I've said so many times before, every line he says is just gold. If you look at him through this chapter as well, when he sees Maricela transform into her serpentine form, he's just stood there with his hands on his hips looking up like, that's pretty cool. I was like, Escanor is just the most badass guy in this whole manga. My favorite character is Meliodas, but Escanor is he's a close second because he's just too sick. So right at the end, Meliodas, his face is shadowed off. We can't see it, but we're looking at him from the back anyway. But everything about Meliodas, his features are all hidden, and he's getting ready to be confronted by Escanor. Escanor's getting ready to be confronted by him. He's gonna soothe the young babe. So I was like, yo, that's gonna be sick as hell. That's gonna be awesome because we've not seen them two specifically fight before, but Escanor seemed so chill about it. It looks like he's done it before, but I'm pretty sure Escanor wasn't recruited into the Seven Deadly Sins to control Meliodas a bit, or to kind of provide a buffer for Meliodas, because if that was true, he would have known Meliodas was already a demon, and I'm pretty sure when he found out Meliodas was a demon, he was surprised. So he couldn't have been recruited into the Seven Deadly Sins for that reason, to be a buffer to Meliodas, but it would be a good reason if he were. So I thought that was cool. I really liked that part. The second part I liked, my second favorite part of this chapter, was the part where Maricela actually shows us what might be her true form or just her demonic form. I don't know, because she's usually in a human form. So Maricela transforms into what must be her demon form, and it looks awesome as shit. She's got this she's a huge ass cobra. She's got obviously a serpentine look. She's got like these little tattoos going across her face. It might just be the markings of the snake, but she looks and is a giant ass cobra. And obviously her first attack would be to attack Ban, because Ban was responsible for the 6 of her hearts going missing. He killed her basically, but she's got, I think the demons have 7 hearts, don't they? So she has a heart left, and Ban was responsible for 6 of those going missing. So she attacks Ban, and Elaine's getting all worked up, and she's trying to save Ban, and then she does save Ban. But I didn't like this part. So Maricela's form and Elaine, they're kind of both points are mixed up in this. So Elaine saves Ban, by growing wings. And I was like, I'm cool with her having grown wings. But the fact that she grew them to their full extent, or their fullest extent, straight away, I mean, because it's kind of an ass pull when you think about it, because she grew fully developed wings, whereas King sprouted tiny ass wings when he first developed them. So, and he has to carry on, he has to continue to develop them, unless this is her smallest form, in terms of these are her newborn wings and they have yet to fully grow out, so she's going to have humongous wings when they do grow out. But I doubt that. Her wings just seem to have fully sprouted and fully grown in that instant, and I was like, I'm not too sure I like that. So those were the two main parts of this chapter which I really wanted to talk about. But then we come on to these little points that I also want to talk about. So we know at the beginning that Melusula went off to kill Elizabeth. Don't really need to talk about that. But we see Liz healing up Diane and King using her goddess caliber type of magic. So we already knew she excelled at healing people anyway. So her healing type of magic was always good. But then we get, like I said before, Merlin and Liz's interaction. Merlin used to call what's her name, Elizabeth, big sister or big sis. So I was like, what? But so much to her embarrassment in this chapter, Merlin's face is hilarious when Elizabeth tells the rest of the crew, oh yeah, she used to call me big sis. So basically when Merlin was like 12, 13, Merlin used to look up to Liz as if she were her sister. So what I assume is wherever Merlin is from, I've forgotten the place. She was from that village where all the demons were, all the 10 Commandments were like, yo, you're from there. So I forgot what it was called. I'll have to research it later. But yeah, so when her village or whatever got messed up, Elizabeth and Meliodas must have bumped into her and probably just helped raise her or something, alongside some other guys or something. So I assume that they have that type of relationship, because she wouldn't look up to Elizabeth as her big sister unless it was something like that. So then the part that I was laughing, because Escanor Gold again, he tries to slide in when Merlin and Elizabeth are talking. He's like, oh yeah, I want to know more about this big sisters thing. I'd love to know more about that story. And Merlin's just like, bitch, get out of here, man. So I was like, yo, this is hilarious. I really like that part of the chapter as well. And then the last part I want to talk about was really just a line Melusula said about Elizabeth. And she said, like, she lists exactly why the demons of the 10 Commandments don't like Elizabeth. We already know it's because she took Meliodas' heart. She manipulated him, and then he went away from the demon clan. He defected. But then the part that I wasn't sure if we've seen or not yet was that she said that Elizabeth dealt the fatal blow to the demon clan. So the parts that we haven't yet seen in the flashback arc that we saw Diane and King go back into time and their Gloxinia Dolo, we didn't see how the war ended, but according to Melusula, it was Elizabeth who dealt the fatal blow to the demon clan. Whether she means by taking away Meliodas, I don't know, but she already stated all of that. There must have been something else Elizabeth had done to really damage the demon clan, so I'm not too sure what it was. Maybe it was something to do with disarming the 10 Commandments or making them unable to fight or something like that. But it really seems like Elizabeth was the cause of something a little bit more sinister, and she might have been at fault for the fall of the demon clan, or maybe it was just a misunderstanding, because a lot of these things we see are just misunderstandings. So that's it for today's chapter. I think I preferred doing it like this. Let me know if you guys preferred this less chronological order of the review, and I really enjoyed the chapter, like I said. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let me know what you guys thought, and I will talk to you guys when the next Boku no Hero Academia chapter comes out, or the next Nanatsu no Taizai chapter comes out. So I'll see you guys then.